When should you change your car insurance? Honestly, probably not for several years. And it's kind of weird for an insurance agent to say, why not just shop around? And there is a link in the description below if you are shopping. But in general, there's not really a reason to change if a few pieces haven't happened. One, if you're not changing cars, your cars aren't getting that much older to where you really even need to change or evaluate the coverages. And two, if your agent is doing a good job, if they're working with you, keeping you up to date, wanting to do any type of help or contact and just kind of create a relationship, which is what most insurance agents would hopefully want to do, and just be there for you if you need it. That's really one of the reasons you stay with an agency. But in general, the companies, if they're not raising the rates, we haven't seen as much of an increase this year as we did the last 3 to 4 years. So you're not going to see as major of a price increase. But if you are looking for more choices, you're buying a new car, you're moving locations, because that can play a different factor in the pricing. Those pieces are major life events that could change the policy, and it makes sense to find if there is a better option for you when you're looking to make those changes. Also, what type of car do you have depending on the coverages? A lot of people don't realize that if you have a foreign car, I like to use Subaru as a really good example, that you don't have OEM on your policy from a default. So if the company you're with doesn't offer OEM, that's original equipment, I think it's original manufacturer, it's the parts you get from the dealership, right? From the actual original manufacturer. And most policies give you either used parts, which hopefully none of them do anymore, but there are a handful, or they'll give you aftermarket parts, which is like your Napa, your AutoZone, those types of parts that were manufactured outside of the manufacturer spec, so they made their own. A lot of those foreign vehicles do have parts that are stronger and better. And don't get me wrong, sometimes there are manufacturers that are sub companies that make a better piece. But in general, using the Toyota part that you got originally or using the Subaru part that you got originally is going to cost 20, 30, sometimes double the price that you would for a used or a non-manufactured part. Knowing that you're getting the original equipment can make a big difference. So that's one of the reasons you may want to look at your policy to see if it's worth checking or shopping for a new policy. The second is you may just want better value or better pricing for your policy. If you think that you're overpaying, it's time to talk to an independent agent, because most people, if you're with State Farm, if you're with Farmers, if you're with Allstate, some of them are local, only sell that product. But there's a lot of independent agents that can sell Allstate, can sell Progressive, can sell Nationwide, can sell Safeco, can sell Liberty Mutual, can do Travelers, can do Hartford. There's all of these companies that work directly with independent agents who have multiple options for you, so that if you are shopping, you can look at all of the different companies at once. If you are looking for a higher value, that's another reason you may want to start shopping. Number three is you're just not satisfied. If you're looking at reviews, you're wondering if you're with the right company, or if you've had bad interactions, honestly, there's going to be times where you do get a rough employee and they've had a bad week, whatever the case is. Yes, if that happens, maybe it's worth shrugging off. But in general, if you're not happy with the service levels that you're getting, then you may want to look at some different companies that have higher service levels. You'd be surprised, Geico is one of the cheaper options, and they're usually higher risk type policies, even though they do all sorts of types, but they have a high customer service rating because they understand that having those customers give good reviews, like the product, is what really pushes them forward. Same thing for Safeco. You have really low ratings online, but when you talk to the agents, if they understand what they're doing or the product that they're selling, and they know the coverages to give you, then you have really high ratings because of that base scenario that they're getting. So the agent honestly makes the bigger difference with having the better level of customer service. So if you're not getting the service level that you think that you deserve, then it is time to look for other companies. Bottom line is those three major pieces: any life-changing event, married, moving, new car, things like that, credit has gotten really good, then it's time to look at some better options to see if there are better companies that offer sometimes the same price but better coverage, sometimes different packages, things like that. If you are unhappy with the customer service that you're getting or the company you're with, or if you don't have the coverages that you need on your policy as well. If you're thinking of shopping, I'll put the link in the description below where you can work with an independent agent who can typically shop all these different companies and see if there are better fits for you. The other piece is if you're not understanding fully what coverages you need to carry, your Car Insurance 101 video here is going to go a lot further in depth. If you're thinking, I already have the right company, I like who I'm working with, and I just want to see what other deals are out there, I've got a discount video here that will give you some pointers. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.